Co really is more about new product development. That we've got our classic brands, which are permanently available: Triple XP, XP, Gold, Porter. But what we're trying to do with the Salem Brew Co brands is bring something different to our portfolio, be it beers we're brewing with spices or fruits. But also this year, the Salem Brew Co range, we've gone back to real basics, and it's all based on single British hop varieties.
Yeah, so as Stuart said, we have done the traditional ales for many years. They're brilliant, fantastic, but we need to come a bit more with the times and create some different beers with some different, whether it be hops, different additions, fruit flavours, anything like that to make it a bit more crafty and come away from the traditional brewing side.
It's been great. It's been great fun doing it as well. Not just for our customers and consumers, but all the brew house lads. We've had some right giggles, would never have envisaged that we'd be getting great big tea bags full of lemon peel and orange peel and elderflower and putting them, we'll put them in the mash tun, or we'll put them in the copper, or we'll put them in the conditioning tank. So it really has just been great fun experimenting with it.
I mean, last year I was even out in the strawberry fields in August picking the strawberries ready to go into the fruit and flame last year. Really good feedback. Customers were, from what I heard, was really happy, as well as having the classical Batemans brand, that we were doing things a little bit more out of the box to what Batemans usually do. And the feedback I got back was brilliant in that sense.
Some of the fun that we had as well when we did the strawberry beer. Scott, we had to do it twice actually, because Scott in his wisdom actually arranged for a pick your own that's about 3/4 of an hour away. We thought it was all just down the road, so all the lads travelled 3/4 of an hour away while they were still brewing here. By the time we got the strawberries back, the flipping brew had finished, so we had to do it again the following day.
All for the games. At the end of this year, we all sat down and we looked and thought, wow, what have we done this year? How has it gone? And then we sort of had a discussion along the lines of, let's take it back to basics. Let's not put any fruit in this time, and let's just see how great the British hops are that are grown in Britain.
I think Scott's right. It was all about back to basics, almost gone from one extreme to the other. We will come back in future years doing flavoured beers, but there has been a fashion over the last 10 years or so of American hops, and we use some of those American hops, Chinook, Cascade, fantastic. But I do think the eye has been taken off the ball a little bit in terms of the British hop growers grow some of the best hops in the world. New hop varieties, traditional hop varieties, and we said, let's get absolutely back to the basics of traditional brewing methods and British single variety hops. That's what we've gone for. Well, I think Scott did have to pre-order them, and a lot of them they were actually grown to order as well at the start.
We have to be in close contact with our friends at the hop merchants, and we've actually developed some new beers with some new hops that have only come through this year. So
my favourite as well is that although we've come away from fruit beers, Bramling Cross, which is a real arty English traditional hop that's been grown for years, you do actually get a kind of an undertone of blackcurrant flavour there, and it's all about this year, rather than adding flavours, actually using the great characteristics that all of these British hops actually produce for the beer naturally.
Absolutely fantastic. We did 10 brews barrels of it, and when we brewed it, we produced it, we said to the customers and said to everyone, when it's gone, and it's gone absolutely fantastic. We sold out within, I think it was about 12 days.
I think there needs to be a certain amount of exclusivity about it. I sometimes think that you can take beer a little bit too seriously. It's all about excitement, and it's all about anticipation. It's all about passion, and we want people to buy into the whole range. And I was disappointed it sold out after 12 days. No, I wasn't disappointed. I was actually quite excited about it. And we were tempted. Scott and I spoke and said, should we in the future ones produce more? We went, no. We agreed it's going to be small batch production, it's going to be 10 barrels, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, so because it's summer, obviously we want to focus on people wanting a drink that's light, refreshing, something that's not going to sit too heavy in the summer period. So we've gone with the Earnest, which is a pineapple undertone from characteristics that you get from the hops. That's refreshing, and hopefully on a nice warm summer's day it will be a nice drink to have. The next one is
Epic.
Yep, so that is a citrusy ale. Again, it's in the summer months, so it's nice and light to drink, with a nice crisp and freshness coming through from that. Again, we are only putting the hops in to get these characteristics coming through, so that is really the emphasis on the hops.
I think as well, these natural flavours that are coming from these British hops, Scott's spoken about pineapple, grapefruit, citrus, blackcurrant. They are not in-your-face flavours. So it's not one of those which you sometimes get from a very citrus beer. It's just subtle undertones, which is my personal opinion, you get that far, far better, the subtlety from great British hops than other hops that you'll get around the world. They're a little bit too much in your face sometimes, these are just subtle.
Sort of done full circle, flipped it round, and we aim to produce a beer that's more full-bodied, a bit more rich, and like you said, a nice drink to have in the winter months. So Batemans Salem Porter has done ever so well last year, winning awards. We sell it in large quantities, so we thought we would do a little bit of a spin-off from that and add some dark fruits, just to give it through that little bit of sweetness in there, and just to make it a little bit more palatable to drink on the winter nights.
I think it gives us a great rounded portfolio. That we've got a great selection of golden beers, light amber beers, amber, dark, and black. And so yes, here is one where we are actually adding dark fruits in it. So we've got a fantastic portfolio to suit every occasion and every drinker's palate.